Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Make It Yourself. In today's tutorial I'll teach you how to make this plant holder. It is also called as a plant hanger or a hanging basket. This tutorial will also teach you how to adjust this pattern so that you can make this hanger based on the size of your pots. So you can see this lovely Christmas cactus hanging in this beautiful plant holder. You can get a tutorial for the cactus in the description if you're interested. So let's get started. So for today's project I am using this cotton yarn called just cotton and a crochet hook of 4.5 mm. So I'll be using two strands of the cotton yarn to make it into a thicker yarn. If you have a bulky yarn or macrame yarn, you can use that as well. So I'm going to make a magic ring and chain two. So I've chained one and then taken the magic ring out of my fingers, and then I'm going to make the second chain. So this chain two doesn't count as any stitch. Next I'll be making 12 double crochets into this magic ring. So excluding the chain two, you should make extra 12 double crochets into the magic ring. While you're making the double crochets, I would like to inform you that more details on the things required for today's project will be available in the description of this video. Also, you will have links to the other crochet plants which you can actually put it into this plant hanger will also be available in the description. So refer those links if you're interested in making the artificial plants to put into this plant holder. So once you're done with the 12 double crochets, you will pull the tail yarn and close the magic ring as much as possible. Now we are going to make a slip stitch. So we're going to slip stitch to the top of our first stitch. So as you can see here, so after the two chains, the topmost stitch on into that we're going to make a slip stitch, and we're going to chain two again. This chain two again doesn't count as a stitch. Now make two double crochets into the same stitch. So this is our first double crochet, and followed by the second double crochet in the same stitch. Similarly, into the next stitch also make two double crochets. So since we are making two double crochets instead of one in the same stitch, it is called as a single increase. So we are making an increase in each of the stitches. So by the end of this round, you should have a total of 24 double crochets. Now we are in the last stitch, and similar to what we did previously, we are going to slip stitch to the top of our first stitch. Now we're going to chain two again, and into the same stitch make one double crochet. The chain two doesn't count as a stitch, so this is our first double crochet in the first stitch, and into the second stitch we are going to make two double crochets, or you can say we are making an increase here. Now into the next stitch make again one double crochet, and followed by 2 double crochets in the next one. So the pattern for this round is to make 1 double crochet in one stitch and to make 2 double crochets in the next stitch. So we're going to repeat this till the end of this round. So after the end of this round, you can take the pot that you are planning to place in this holder and measure if it fits, the base fits the circumference of the pot, and if so you can stop increasing. If not, you might have to add 1 or 2 more rounds. You can refer to videos on how to make a circle in YouTube. Here we are going to now slip stitch to the back loop of our first stitch, then we are going to chain 2. So we are not increasing anymore from this round onwards, so we are just going to make one double crochet in each stitch. So into the first stitch I'm going to make my first double crochet because the chain 2 doesn't count as a stitch, and now into the next stitch I'm going to make my next double crochet. So the main thing to note in this round is that we are working only in the back loop. So you can see that we are working here only in the back loop of the stitch and not the entire stitch. So continue making 1 double crochet in each stitch till the end of this round, and continue working only in the back loop. So you can see, one if you work in the back loop, you get an edge which is getting created at the point where the curve is happening. So complete this entire round. So at the end of the round you will be slip stitching to the top of the first stitch as usual, and this one will be using both the loops. So only at the point when we are this we have stopped increasing, only at that point we are working on the back loop. The other stitches will always be on both the loops. So chain 1 and make 1 single crochet in the same stitch. Now after the single crochet, make a chain of 5, 3, 4 and 5. Now skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th stitch make 1 single crochet. Now again chain 5 and skip 3 stitches and then make 1 single crochet. So for this round 5, repeat this same steps of making a single crochet and chaining 5, skipping 3 stitches, and then again making a single crochet. So do this till the end of this round. So once you're at the end of this round, it'll be a little bit different. We will not chain 5 here, we will be chaining 2, and then for the remaining 3 chains we are going to make a double crochet, and we are going to make it over the first single crochet of this round. So when you make this double crochet acts as the remaining chain of 3, and you have a stitch in the middle. Now chain 1 and then into this same loop make a single crochet. So now we have our stitch in the middle of the loop. So after this we are going to chain 5 again. So for these rounds the last stitch will always be a little bit different. So here again I'm going to make 1 single crochet over the very next loop. So as you can see, so we had made a single crochet here, and the next one will be a 7 double crochet into the next loop. So into the next loop make 7 double crochets. So for this round we'll be alternating between a chain 5 and 7 double crochets. So in this loop we are making 7 double crochets, So make 7 double crochets, and once you are done, into the next loop just make a single crochet. Following this, we will be making again chain 5. So single crochet, make a chain of 5, and then make another single crochet, and after the single crochet immediately we will be making 7 double crochets. So make 7 double crochets into the next loop. So this chain of 5, I am calling it as a loop so that it is easier to understand. So make the 7 double crochets, and the very next will be a single crochet, and after this we will have again the same step of chaining 5. So we'll repeat this till we reach the end of this round. So as I said, the last step will be a little bit different. So we ended with a 7 double crochet stitch, and now into the first single crochet of this round I'm going to make a slip stitch. Now I want to take my stitch to the middle of this loop. So for that, what I'll be doing is I'll be slip stitching over 3 chains. So the 3 chains of this loop, I'll be working on each chain, and this is the first slip stitch, this is the second slip stitch, and this is the third slip stitch. So after the third slip stitch, just chain 1 and then chain 1 and then make a single crochet under the loop. So now we are again back to the pattern of making 5 chains and connecting. So make the first 5 chain. So here, since we have in the previous row the 7 double crochets, the point of connecting the chain of 5 will be a bit different. So here our first chain of 5 will be connecting it to the second double crochet. So this is the first and this is the second double crochet. So on top of this we will be connecting and making one single crochet. Now make chain of 5 again, and the next connecting point will be the sixth one. Second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth. Next will be the sixth double crochet. After that again make chain of 5. So here basically we're just making chain of 5, but the connecting point will differ. So next one will be on top of the loop. Now again chain of 5, and like we did previously, this one will be on top of the second double crochet. So don't confuse the first chain with a double crochet. You have to count exactly 7. There should be 7 double crochets, and on both sides there will be 2 chains. So do not confuse the chain for a double crochet. And again on top of the sixth you are going to make another connecting point with a single crochet. So repeat this till you reach the end of this round. So the connecting points will only differ here. So we are connecting on the second double crochet, on the sixth double crochet, and the next one on top of a loop. So here too the last stitch will be a bit different, like we already did previously. So we are trying to complete this round here, and once we reach the last part, we are going to chain 2 instead of a chain 5. We are going to chain 2, and the remaining chain 3 will be taken care by this double crochet. So we're making a double crochet on top of our first stitch, which is a single crochet, and then we're chaining 1 and we are making a single crochet, and that's how we are in the middle of the loop. So round 8 is a repetition of round 6, so we are just going to chain 5 and then we are going to make a connection here with a single crochet. Now into the next loop, which is right over the 7 double crochet, you are going to make again a 7 double crochet into this loop. So make 7 double crochet into this loop here. You can identify this loop where to make the 7 double crochets very easily, because it will be right on top of our previous 7 double crochets. So once you are done with the 7 double crochets, into the next stitch make a single crochet, then chain 5 and make a single crochet, and then into the next one make 7 double crochets. So this is just a repetition of round number 6. So going forward, based on how much height or you would like to have for your pot, you can repeat round 6 and 7 until you reach your desired height for your basket. So again we are at the end of this round. So at the end, as I said, it will be a bit different. So after the 7 double crochets in the last loop, we are going to make a slip stitch to the first stitch, which is a single crochet, and then we are going to slip stitch into the next 3 chains of the loop to reach the middle part of the loop. So as you can see, this is what we did in round 7. So round 9 is again a repetition of round 7, and I'm just showing you the steps so that it is easy for you to understand. So make a chain 1 and make a single crochet in the same loop. Now you're going to chain 5 and into the second on top of the second double crochet, you make a single crochet, and then chain 5, and on top of the 6th you're going to make another connection, and then chain 5, and into the next loop you're going to make another connection. So you're going to continue this, and as I said, repeat round 6 and 7 till your desired height. And I would like to end the rounds with the round in which I have the 7 double crochet as the last round. So as you can see in this current round, which is the 9th round, I have only chains of 5, so I'll be adding one more round for my basket, so that I end up with the round which has 7 double crochets in the last round. So this is round number 10, and here I am repeating round 6 again, where I am going to make the 7 double crochets. So here, as you can see, on top of the 7 double crochets you have a loop, and into the loop again you're going to make 7 double crochets. So it's easy to identify on which loop you're going to make the 7 double crochets, because it is exactly on top of your previous set of 7 double crochets. So I'm not going to go much in detail for this round, because it is all the same as that of round 6. And as I said, try to end the basket with the round having the 7 double crochets as the last round. The reason for this is because the fan which is created by the 7 double crochet is going to be the point where we are going to connect the strings of the basket. So we are just, since this is the last round, I'm just going to make a slip stitch to the first stitch, and I'm going to make a chain 1, and I'm going to pull the yarn tight, and I'm going to trim this yarn off. So trim this yarn off, and you can stitch in the tail yarn using a needle. Now for adding the strings, count the fourth double crochet, and into the fourth double crochet you can mark it, and you can use this for adding your first string. So for the string, first make slip knot and pull the slip knot through the marked stitch, and then make chain. So you can chain 50, so 50 is what worked from me. So based on how long or short you want the strings to be, you can adjust that accordingly. So I'll be making a chain of 50 for each of the strings. So I have added my first chain into the first point. So at the end, I'm going to trim off the yarn after 50 chains. Now, similar to what I just did, I'm going to connect 2 more strings to the 2 other 7 double crochet fan structure that is created here. So find the midpoint, that is the 4th stitch, and make a slip knot and pull the slip knot through the 4th stitch, and then you can start making a chain of 50. So repeat this and add 3 chain of 50 to the pot. And you can tie a knot at the end, and you can add a wooden ring to it if you would like to hang it into some hook. Now I'm showing you how to make the tassel that I'm going to add at the bottom of the pot. So to make the tassel, just wrap it around a notebook or some box so that the length of the tassels are equal, and then trim it off after you have wrapped it around a few times. Now you need to tie the tassels in 2 points. One is the point which is on the topmost part, and another is you have to pull a yarn through the loops of the top part. So these are the 2 points where you need to tie the tassels. So once the mid part you have tied, the tail yarns you can pull them into the tassels itself. So I'll show you how to do that. So you place 2 knots tightly, and using the crochet hook you can pull the tail yarn into the tassels as well. Now once you have pulled those tail yarns, now you have to cut the end of the tassels. So cut all the loops at the end of the tassels, and then you can arrange it properly and make sure the lengths are equal. So here the tassel is done. With these tail yarns you can tie it directly to the bottom of the basket, or here as I have shown, I have added a bead, and then I'm going to pull the tail yarn through the bottom of the basket, and then you can turn it inside out, and we have already 1 tail yarn of the basket, so I'm tying that with this tassel endings, and as you can see, this is added to the bottom of the basket. So here our basket is ready. You can insert your pot into it, and you can make multiple number of these, and they will look lovely in your garden, in your backyard, or even as a home decor. So I do hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did, please do subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon for notifications on new videos, and give me a thumbs up. Thank you very much for watching, and have a very good day, guys.